Hi, this is the current event presentation for week 4 of Sports Financial Management at Toccoa Falls College. We went over chapters 7 and 8 this week, and I wanted to focus on an idea in chapter 8 of obtaining funding. And just recently, the Milwaukee Brewers, who are at American Family Field in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and the governor of Wisconsin are in talks of lengthening the lease of the Brewers up into the 2040s, which would obviously cost some money. So in the article that I read, Evers and the owner of the Milwaukee Brewers both went to separate parties to estimate a cost, I guess you could say. Capital, I'm not sure. But Evers has proposed, I think it was a $296 million deal that ended up, it'll end up being, with the deal that they're currently in the 2-decade lease that he wants to lengthen, or the 2 decades that he wants to lengthen the lease, it'll end up costing a total of just over $400 million, I think it was. And that's not to necessarily completely change American Family Field, but it's just to just for the maintenance costs and just to make sure that everything's running the way it should be. And so in the article, it said that Evers was planning on going into the state surplus. The article said that they had a surplus of almost $7 billion, and they were going to take some of that out of that surplus. They were going to take some of that surplus out and use it to help fund the lease and stuff regarding keeping the Brewers in Milwaukee. They had originally, up until 2020, they had a 0.1% sales tax on the people of Milwaukee. And in this article, the owner of Milwaukee, of the Brewers, was openly opposed to doing that again. So instead, they're going to be digging into the surplus of Wisconsin's surplus, $7 billion, to help fund the extended lease of the Milwaukee Brewers. Evers and the owner of the Brewers were both on the same side. There was no, what's the word I'm looking for? No confrontation, no aggressive discussions or anything like that. It was all, they were both adamant about making this happen. And so, yeah, the Milwaukee Brewers and the state of Wisconsin are in talks of lengthening the lease and then using the surplus that Wisconsin has, the money surplus that Wisconsin has, to help fund it, instead of doing what they had previously done by committing to a sales tax. All right.